SCP-5543 Lost Reward. Before we start, please subscribe, like this video and tickle the bell. You all know how the Heartless algorithm works. Or do we? Maybe it could be a future SCP story. Special Containment Procedures. Mobile Task Force Phi-20, Phi-Do personnel are to be embedded within population centers located inside SCP-5543's current area of effect. Personnel will be required to prepare for briefing each day at 4:30 local time. In the event that a distinct SCP-5543-1 Hume signature is detected, the nearest MTF personnel shall be dispatched to intercept the SCP-5543-1 instances. All recovered instances shall be scanned and catalogued. Instances are to then be destroyed via incineration. If an SCP-5543-1 instance appears outside of the current known area of effect, the known area of effect shall then be subsequently updated. If an SCP-5543-1 instance can't be destroyed before SCP-5543-2 can be contacted, personnel are to take custody of the target by necessary force until the SCP-5543 event ceases. If an SCP-5543 event progresses to its second phase, owners of SCP-5543-A are to be taken into custody along with their reward money. Upon transmutation of reward money, appropriate cover stories shall be fabricated and disseminated in class A amnestics deployed as necessary. Owners are to be held until cognitohazard symptoms cease and are to receive appropriate therapy supplemented by low-level amnestics. Description: SCP-5543 is a phenomenon involving the anomalous manifestations of a series of lost pet flyers, collectively referred to as SCP-5543-1. Note: continuous monitoring in affected areas has led to the discovery that SCP-5543-1 instances emit a distinct Hume-level signature upon manifestation that can persist for approximately 3 hours. On initial examination, the flyer appears to be unremarkable in nature. It is printed on neon-colored paper. The exact color may vary between instances of SCP-5543-1 and has an image of an animal, henceforth referred to as the target, currently under the care of an individual, henceforth referred to as the owner. Also included is information regarding the supposed disappearance of the target, a phone number to be called in the event of the target being found, and the promise of a cash reward. Note: this phone number appears to be chosen at random, even if the number is already in use. All flyer text is written in English. SCP-5543's first recorded event manifested in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, and subsequent events have generated further from this epicenter at an indeterminate rate. Note: the current area of effect has an estimated radius of 510 kilometers. The first phase of an SCP-5543 event's primary effect commences upon the owner's visual recognition and comprehension of an SCP-5543-1 instance. The owner, along with anyone within the owner's household during the event, will believe that the target rightfully belongs to SCP-5543-1's distributor. The owner will immediately take SCP-5543-1 to their residence and dial the listed phone number. This phone number will connect the owner to SCP-5543-2, a sentient entity believed to be the source of SCP-5543 events. Note: SCP-5543-2 has been described as a Caucasian male approximately 40 years of age, wearing clothing consistent with the 1950s era. SCP-5543-2 will arrange to meet the owner at their home the following evening. At the designated time, SCP-5543-2 will manifest outside the owner's residence and enter upon invitation. SCP-5543-2 will then present the cash reward to the owner in exchange for the target. Note: if the quantity of currency is too great to be transported easily by a single person, the money will materialize inside the residence of the owner. Once this transaction is complete, SCP-5543-2 and the target will demanifest. This marks the end of an event's first phase. If this phase cannot be completed by 0000 the next day, all associated phenomena will cease. At 5 o'clock, local time on the following morning, the second phase of the SCP-5543 event will begin. The entirety of the rewarded currency will be transmuted into biological material with a total mass equivalent to that of the original currency. DNA test results indicate that this biological material matches that of the target. If this conversion utilizes the entirety of the target's total mass, genetically similar biological material sourced from within 80 kilometers radius of the event will make up any remainder. Note, for example, if a Chihuahua becomes an instance of SCP-5543-A, it will have its remains supplemented with those of other canines with a trend toward other members of the Chihuahua breed. Most instances of biological material are mutilated with signs of mechanical separation. Despite the abnormality of this transmutation, the owner will accept the biological material as if it were still a form of currency. Owners under the effect of the second phase of SCP-5543 will display signs of acute paranoia and will become protective of their reward. Amnestics have proven to be only a partially effective treatment at this stage. This mental state will persist for up to 3 weeks after the transmutation, though the event may leave behind long-lasting mental trauma, at which point the SCP-5543 event is presumed to have concluded. Addendum 1. Incident Report Number 5543/2008-08-23/01. Initially, MTF-520 personnel tasked with SCP-5543 containment were each issued one lab rat with an implanted tracking chip for research purposes. This was done to potentially induce a SCP-5543 event with the MTF personnel as the target. Personnel's homes were fitted with adequate monitoring equipment to properly record an interaction with SCP-5543-2. The following is an excerpt from an audio recording collected from incident number 5543/2008-08-23/01. Excerpt of audio recording from incident number 5543/2008-08-23/01. Subjects: Agent B, SCP-5543-2. Forward. Agent B was under the influence of SCP-5543's cognitohazard properties. He was markedly more amicable while under these effects. The event was allowed to progress uninhibited and the results recorded. Visual recording devices experienced a malfunction for the duration of the event. Excerpt begins shortly after SCP-5543-2 is shown SCP-5543-A. Begin excerpt. The 23rd of August 2008, 21:07 Central Standard Time. SCP-5543-2. There's the little rascal. You know, I was going to name him Alfalfa after the little rascal, before I finally settled on SCP-5543-R-27. Note: Agent B chose not to name SCP-5543-R-27, reporting that it was just a test subject. Agent B: I think I like SCP-5543-R-27 more. I can see why you picked it. It rolls right off the tongue. SCP-5543-R-27 can be heard enjoying recreational use of its running wheel. SCP-5543-2. Wow, look at him go. He's really going bonkers. He's always been that way since I got him that wheel. And he's real smart, too. He can learn tricks. You should see him when redacted. Note: here, SCP-5543-2 explains testing procedures involving SCP-5543-R-27 and SCP redacted in great detail. This represents a critical breach of sensitive information. Agent B: that's quite the feat. Makes sense, though. He was able to sneak out on you, cage and all. Both SCP-5543-2 and Agent B remained silent for 12 seconds, presumably to watch SCP-5543-R-27 in its running wheel. SCP-5543-2 say, You're a real swell fella, Mr. B. I can't believe you live all on your lonesome. Maybe you used some of that moolah I gave ya to get yourself one of these fine rats. End excerpt. The 23rd of August 2008, 21:07 Central Standard Time. Closing statement. During incident, SCP-5543-2 expressed knowledge of sensitive Foundation information. Agent B was rewarded, redacted, as part of the transaction. SCP-5543-R-27 tracking chip stopped transmitting information at the moment of demanifestation associated with SCP-5543-2's departure. When reward money underwent transmutation, the entire population of lab rats at Site-37 was lost, resulting biological material used to supplement D-Class food supply in an effort to recover costs. Following the results of incident number 5543/2008-0823/01 and given the nature of the information breach, Site-37 Director firmly recommended that further testing involving SCP-5543 and Foundation property should be prohibited, citing the potential loss of valuable resources in test animals and the possibility of further informational breaches. This recommendation was accepted. Addendum 2. Incident number 5543/2014-06-21/01. On June 21, 2014, at approximately 8:30 Central Standard Time, an SCP-5543-1 instance in the form of a missing child poster was intercepted in Dane County, Wisconsin. This is the first iteration of a human target instance. Initial estimates place the loss of human life roughly equivalent to the population of Madison, Wisconsin had the event been allowed to progress. For this reason, MTF-520 Commander has submitted a formal request for further resources to be allocated for use in containing SCP-5543. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and comment. Subscribe and click the bell icon.